Welcome back. We are here at the Idea Shop talking with Mr. Jeff Rupp. Jeff, good morning. Thank you for taking the time.
I appreciate y'all being over here. Good morning.
You betcha. It's a really cool scene in here this morning. All these guitars. Tell us what's going on.
Well, I've been a guitar player now for over 40 years, going back to the days when I actually had hair. And the Idea Shop is a place for folks to come create and to make. And so we got this idea of bringing kids in and letting them make their own electric guitar. And we got a grant from International Paper. We bought some really nice guitar kits and had a bunch of kids sign up. We drew 9 names, and so we're going to spend 3 weeks making the guitars, and then we're going to have a public concert on Thursday, November 12th in front of the Cadence Bank Plaza. We'll have a food truck. We'd love for you to come out and support your local musicians. These kids are so excited about doing this.
And basically from scratch, they're making these guitars, and they'll play and sound just like a regular guitar.
Yeah, so this is what it's going to look like when it's finished, and we put one together just to make sure we knew how to do it. I've got some really good engineering students in here, and so this looks very similar. It's based on a Gibson Les Paul, and if you're a guitar player, particularly one who's about 16 years old, you want a Gibson Les Paul.
Sure.
And it takes about 3 weeks to put it together. The first night we put the finishes on them. We have to let that dry, and we put the necks on them. And then we'll wire them up. So the kids will learn some basic woodworking, a little bit of electric soldering, things like that. And then, of course, there's a performance piece, so they'll get out and they'll play these.
That's very cool. At what skill level did it have to be to take this class? Where do you have to start?
That's a good question. And when we put the application online, we wanted the kids to at least be able to play. And so they can make the basic cowboy chords, as we call them.
Okay.
And some are pretty advanced. We have some really great players in the group. And we're going to split them into 3 groups. So we'll have 3 groups of 3 kids. And then local pros are going to back them up. You know, guys that are professional musicians. We've got one guy, Doug Thomas, who was the assistant band director at Starkville High, who's retired, who's played with the Temptations, Huey Lewis and the News, some guys in the Grateful Dead.
Wow. So
we really want this to be a great experience for the kids.
Absolutely. So 3 weeks long. When does it end? When's it wrapping up?
Well, let's see. The construction part will wrap up October 28th will be our last workshop. Then we'll go into rehearsals, and then the gig, as we say, will be November 12th, and Gibson Guitars has stepped up, and their foundation has helped us a bit. Backstage Music in Starkville and International Paper are our biggest sponsors, so we thank them for that.
Awesome. And people can catch the show?
They can catch it. Yeah, I hope to record it, but we'd love for folks to come out. It should be a beautiful fall evening, and these kids are going to be rocking. I said we'll have a food truck. It'll be a great night in downtown Starkville.
Right. Speaking of great fall evenings, another event you got coming up, the Talladega.
Talladega, that's French for Talladega. Yes, it's so this is the 2nd annual Talladega, and it's a charity pumpkin race.
Nice.
And folks will make a pumpkin any way they want. It can be like a traditional jack-o'-lantern, or just don't leave the guts in it, and put your name on it. And then they'll bring them downtown Starkville on October 22nd. And we'll put them on a chassis. There'll be a big spike coming out of this, and we will put the pumpkin on there. And don't worry, the pumpkin, we guarantee you, no pumpkins will be harmed in the making of it. So it costs $50 to get a pumpkin, and that all goes to the Humane Society.
Right.
We have a family division, and that's $25, and we take that money and we use it to pay for activities here in the Idea Shop. So all the money's going to a good cause. There's a rumor that Coach Leach is going to race a pirate pumpkin in the event, and it'll be on Lafayette Street around 5:30 or 6 on Thursday the 22nd. And you can always go online and look up the E-Center, MSU E-Center, and find some more details.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun, and again, these are the types of community events we want to do to just create that sense of place here in Starkville.
Yeah, community and incorporating creativity too.
That's right, and I would love to see a WCBI pumpkin in here. Now that you could get, put Bill Gammel's head on it. I know he's retired, but he'd let you use his we need a really big pumpkin.
Absolutely.
Never mind, we can't find a pumpkin big enough to put his head on.
If you say so, Jeff. Anything that we need to add that we're forgetting about?
No, not at all. Again, I appreciate your interest, and invite folks just to come down to Starkville and check out these activities.
All right, Jeff, thanks so much.
Thank you very much.